So you guys were one. I'm hearing all you guys just want a theme song short. So here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. Here you go. CrazyCatLady or Martha Aller does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under very educational for and entertainment purposes. This links, that's all he did. Well, those years ago. See? I don't want to do any more of it.
Hi everyone, Martha here. So I'm a little late to the party, but because I've been busy doing others, and I didn't know about this one till like right after, I think like 2 days after James L. Jones uploaded died, and I already had some videos edited, so I might as well put those up first. But we lost another voice actor, not as well known as James L. Jones, because unless you were a kid who watched cartoons in the 80s. Unlike James L. Jones, if you watch like movies watched Star Wars, which was made back in the 70s, and Lion King made back in the 90s, and a bunch of other movies. But this one, he's still a cartoon dad that happens to be a rat, Splinter, and he was voiced by Renaday, Peter Renaday, and he passed away. Technically, a day before James L. Jones, but the fact that they died in the same week is crazy. And if you don't know who Splinter is, educate you. He is the human rat that takes care of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. In this cartoon, it's more based off the comics, because it was technically the first time the comics were adapted onto screen. It was before all those movies, all those other cartoons, and stuff like that. And I decided to do the very first episode because I already did a history on this cartoon a while back to celebrate this this man who got turned into a rat, all because he stepped into some goo that turns you into the first thing that you touched when you step out. And I think that technically you should be like a rat turtle person because he was holding the turtles when he left, but okay. Because he was holding the turtles when he left the goo. But okay, so in this episode, the very first episode of the Teenage Mutant Turtles 1987, which is actually 2 years before I was born, but I still watched this show because mostly did back when I was a kid, they did reruns of things things were on 2 years ago, back when there was TV and stuff like that. And sometimes they would have reruns of things that were like 10 years ago. Or even older. So, April O'Neil, who's a reporter who loves wearing orange jumpsuits. She's a reporter that is investigating a bunch of stuff that's being stolen from scientists by a bunch of ninjas. And she has, I guess, a camera person and an tech person, I'm not sure, who are helping her, and they get scared off by the ninjas, the Foot Clan, and she goes underneath the sewer tanks, and this is when we have the Teenage Mutant Turtles save her, and she ends up fainting, realizing that she was saved by turtles, and she wakes up to a rat feeding her rotten fish, and instead of eating the cooked pizza, even though it has weird ingredients on it, like ice cream. Forgot like how weird the turtles are when they put on basically anything on their pizza that they eat. And this is technically where they start getting this cartoon is when they give personalities to these characters. Because before Michelangelo, Raphael, Leonardo, and Donatello, they really didn't have personalities. This cartoon is one that gave them even their colors. Before, they were all wearing red bandanas, and they were all just ninja fighting, and they all had like different weapons that they mastered. This cartoon did give Leonardo the leader, and Donatello the tech nerd, Michelangelo the party nerd. Now, Raphael is kind of still not reached where he is the lone like the one who wants to go off and be alone and never talk to anybody. And when he does something wrong, he never wants help from anybody. He has not reached that part yet. Right now, he's kind of like the jokester. I don't think he gets the entire alone thing until I think the first movie. That kind of has something to do with this cartoon, but not really, because it's different people made it. The weird thing is that Jim Henson actually had hands in that cartoon. He like made the puppets for it that the people who were inside the costumes wore. Just thought I would add that, since Raphael is not exactly who he is and everybody knows him for. He's not the rough guy yet, and I don't think he really comes in this cartoon. If he does, correct me. So we find out from Splinter that he used to be a human who was apprenticed to the Foot Clan before Splinter, before Shredder takes over it, because he tries to get rid of Splinter. He has a different name here, because that's a name that the Turtles came up with for him. And so he gets kicked out and gets blamed because he had a knife to his back, and the fact that he didn't bow to the actual leader of the Foot Clan, and get kicked out. And after Shredder was the one who made sure the knife was like stopped him on his shirt, so he wouldn't be able to bow. And then when he grabs the knife, the other guys thinks that he was gonna kill the master of the Foot Clan. So he just Shredder did that in order to get rid of Splinter, because he was in his way. So he went to New York and like lived in the sewer tank and like befriended a bunch of rats. And a random kid drops the Ninja Turtles into the sewer. And then we have like a bunch of goo land on both the turtles, and Splinter goes and saves the turtles. And then they'll turn into what they got turned into. Basically, the turtles want to turn Splinter back into a human, and they were named after Italian artists. Basically, if you don't know this, what these guys are named after, like for example, Michelangelo is named after the guy who painted the ceiling in one of those churches in Italian, and Leonardo was named after Leonardo da Vinci, who made that painting of that lady that a lot of people talk about, and the 12 Apostles painting that has Jesus and his 12 Apostles on it. So yeah, I'm not sure about. As far as I know, I don't know much about Raphael's artists or Donatello's artists. Mostly I know about Michelangelo and Leonardo. So they go they find out that there's bunch of things that have like ninja than what they're actually what they're selling, but that's that is this a copy? Is this a cover up so they can work and still make money in order to finance Shredder's work? And Shredder doesn't really do much in this cartoon. He just like sits behind a desk and like tells them like what to do. So they don't even say his nickname in this show. In this episode, they didn't say his original name, but the Ninja Turtles don't come across him at all yet, which makes sense. It's only the first episode. It's rare that the first episode that they meet the bad guy right away. I think this is like supposed to be like a couple part Potters. Let me know if you want me to do the rest of it ever, but I probably will wait until another one of the voice actors to die to do another one, unless one of you guys want me to. And then they go to like the ninja pizza place, and the Ninja Turtles are like dressed up and wearing brown coats in order to blend in with their environments. Like, cause that always works, cause nobody ever looks at each other's faces in New York. No, they eat the pizza and they ask for like pizza cream, while April's the only one that orders a normal type of pizza, but she ends up leaving pretty soon and to like find out who these guys are up to. When she gets herself captured, of course. Then the turtles realize she's been gone for a while, but they actually leave because they've been handed the bill, but they don't have the money to pay for it because they're turtles. And they go after her and find her ID and her purse on a different building. They go and save her. And then Shredder forgets the fact that these guys are turtles. They can swim, and yet he sends out water to go and drown them. But I guess the only one that can really drown is probably April. But they help her make sure that she does not drown. And that basically ends the episode after they save her. So yeah, I think this is definitely like a two-parter thing. April does come pretty close to finding who's in charge here. So even though we don't really find out where he is, because he gets away. So this episode's alright for a first episode. I did miss hearing the theme song. So let's find out who besides Peter Renaday, who else works on it. I won't mention Shredder because he doesn't even they don't mention his name in the show yet. So I won't mention his voice actor. I'll just do the new Turtles and April. Okay. Michelangelo is played by Townsend Coleman. Donatello is played by Barry Gordon. Raphael, you may know who he's played by, because he was played by one of the Animaniacs people. One plays Yakko and Pinky. Rob Pullman. Leonardo was played by Camp Clark, who took over playing Simba after the movies, since the guy from Ferris Bueller's Days Off retired from acting after Lion King. And the one who played April O'Neil was Rita Jacobs. This was a good episode, like I said. So we'll miss Peter Renaday. I really am sorry if I was saying his name wrong. That's what it looks like on here, how you pronounce it, though. So we'll miss him. And he was he was a good dad for these turtles and for anybody who watched the show. So like, favorite, and subscribe, guys. And bye-bye. And remember, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles with a half tail, turtle power. Bye-bye.